So there we go. One more time. Oh my lord. Well, at least I'm here on time for catching the last few picks of the draft for the AD2L Season 31 Playoffs between Does This Game Have Fall Damage and Pot of Greed. So this is Game 2. Game 1 went to Fall Damage. The markers didn't go up when they went ahead and made the second game anyways, so that doesn't matter too much, but just keep that in mind. That Game 1 went to Fall Damage, and Game 2 is underway, as you can see right now. Pot of Greed trying to figure out what they need to do here. So there was some respect bans going on here and there. So if we went ahead and take a look over at Fall Damage, they got rid of the Mars. They got rid of the Oracle in the first phase. Pugna and Vengeful Spirit got taken out. The Puck is not available. Ursa, Slark, Medusa, and same thing with the AA. Morphling, Tiny being the respect band. No Drow, no IO, no Death Prophet. That's not good. Someone got disconnected. They'll probably reconnect at some point. That's okay. We got Snapfire, we got Timber, Rubik, Gyro, and Beastmaster on the team for Fall Damage. And you want to talk about a hero that can go ahead and probably break the game at this point. And you need a playmaker because your Bloodseeker needs space in DDX. You pick a Storm Spirit. That's a great choice when Puck is not available. You got Welshi on the Underlord who can make a lot of good plays. You got the Leshrac and you got Treant Protector. Most likely the Treant being played by Naya. You got Gree on the Leshrac, who is going to probably be the 4 from the looks of things for various reasons. And so this looks like a pretty strong off lane with Welshi and Gree on Leshrac and Underlord. So it's going to be very push centric.
5 seconds.
You got a tempo runner in Rob Boss on the Storm Spirit. So Doc Oz is going to be opting for the Beastmaster. So we haven't seen Beastmaster mid in a very, very long while. You can go ahead and run him again. Is he going to be that strong? I don't know, but prepare to see a lot of axes being thrown and an axe rush from the looks of things, if I'm not mistaken. And then, you know, Kaya and Sanj, you know, Boots of Travel, stuff like that. Obviously, you know, starting in 7.29, if I'm not mistaken, they got rid of the Necro Book, which for me is really sad, given that's one of the few items still left over from Dota 1, which pretty much had a lot of restrictions on it back in the heyday when it came to tournaments and everything on top of that, because it broke the fucking game a lot. Anyways, so let's go ahead and just dive on in. I feel that Fall Damage has a good lineup. They're going to be super reliant on protecting the living daylights out of the Gyrocopter if they want a shroud. Or it's not a shroud, a shred of winning this game. The reason being is that the Bloodseeker can go ahead and just track him down. So they're going to go ahead and smoke up out of their base real quick, put out a quick ward. And who has the ward? The Rubik has the ward. So it looks like Rubik's going to put out that quick ward real fast, put it on their side of the... interesting. They're going to get view of this. As you can see there, they already pinged it out. So good job from Mercury to go ahead and do that. A lot of good luck, have funs in the beginning of the games, and then halfway through it, we're going to get a lot of yelling and screaming and hollering.
30 seconds.
Game 6. Yeah, the rivalry between these two teams is very apparent. They play against each other quite a bit. All right. So from what I can tell, like I'm saying, is you have to really invest into this gyrocopter. So all your eggs and baskets basically go to him. So your mid hero in Doc Oz as Beastmaster is not going to be that much. He's going to be heavy push, but it's going to be very difficult against an Underlord and a Leshrac in the offlane, especially if they start focusing on pushing out relatively fast and have a really good laning stage, which I think they will against a gyrocopter and a Snapfire. Now, if we look over in the top lane, we have DDX matched up against Antivirus and Mercury with... Oh, okay. Out comes the Treant. There's the Nature's Grasp real quick. Harassing Mercury out of lane real quick. I mean, like, this is not a good feeling for him. Ooh, no Orb of Venom on Naya. I think that's going to be one of the items that's going to be necessary for him to be more effective in this lane. Because Mercury has to keep an eye on where he's going to be. Uh-oh, Grease. Uh-oh, that's not good for Gree. Given the context of what Antivirus has to do, which is basically chop away all these trees, Naya needs to be on top of Mercury, and, you know, and just be very strong on the harass. Like his right click, just like 2 of them or 3 of them, especially 3, will knock Mercury out of lane, like heavy. Not to mention you have a lot of regen on you. So you need to go ahead and get that wasted. Antivirus, you know, a good amount. Oh, Antivirus is going to be focusing on Naya. This is what you want. Naya can go ahead and walk away. But it's not good when Antivirus is able to go ahead and get level 2 and use his his whirling death and just absolutely just smack you silly. So this is what you want, but Naya needs to go ahead and path just a tad bit better to go ahead and put himself into safety. Out comes a Blood Right onto Antivirus. All right, it's silenced up a little bit. Thirst is there. So if he had a second level in Living Armor or maybe a Leech Seed, I can probably see Naya living through that, but it would be a very, very close call, given that Mercury had to go ahead and commit a lot for that as well. Oh, did I leave that too early? I think I may have. No, I'm okay. Anyways, over in the mid lane, we got Doc Awesome trying to control against Rob Boss. Rob Boss seems to be having a more or less fairly controlled lane, 13-2 versus 12-2. So they're very, very even. Rob Boss doing the nice play here, and oh, you know, Doc Awesome was able to go ahead and snipe one of them. But I don't know if he got the experience from that. So Rob Boss is definitely going to be overplaying. I wouldn't say overplaying, but really, really being aggressive here. Over on the bottom lane, though, we have a oh god, and in the top lane, we have very dead heroes all over the place. Okay. So Rob Boss went ahead and grabbed their bounty rune. You know, Doc Ock is going to go ahead and grab theirs. You know, Rob Boss knows he's over here. DDX's courier. Oh boy, you cannot let that happen. Needs to go ahead and get rid of this boar. Really wants the kill on that boar. Is able to go ahead and do so. Awesome is going to go ahead and try to harass him out of lane. Doesn't have much mana. So if Rob Boss saw that, he probably could have gotten maybe a static remnant and then some harassment onto Awesome. And really fight back. Not entirely sure if he was able to see that. So not the greatest laning stage for DDX. This is something that Antivirus really wants. Oh, they're going to commit to Mercury. He is going to get silenced up a bit. There's a Timber Chain coming forward. The Leech Seed to help out DDX. Oh, and they're going to be swapping between the two. Oh, man. That Fade was timed just right so that way DDX can't do too much damage. All right, Antivirus right here, right on top of DDX. DDX needs to be a little bit careful with the Timber Chain and the Whirling Death. That, you know, that not that living armor, but the reactive armor, there we go, is very much a nuisance for him. Oh, you can't let that happen to you with all that, the last hits and the denies from the Antivirus. Antivirus is having a really strong game, though. 12-5, but, you know, 21-3. it feels like DDX has a bit of a good amount of control in this lane. Timber Chain misses, DDX backing off. So it's important to have DDX and your Storm Spirit be on top of the charts, as you can see right now. Not only that, in the bottom lane, if you haven't visited here often, you know, Welshie's having a strong lane. 18-3, 21-10. Welshie's doing great on the denials. There's Red TZ doesn't seem to be farming oh so great, but with what little farming he does have, he's been wisely investing. So if we go ahead and take a look at the net worth chart 5 minutes into the game, you know, the last hits and denials can be a little deceiving. You know, middle of the pack, the Underlord's right there, you know, with Welshie. DDX flipping between Timbersaw and him, so they're pretty even. And same thing with the Underlord and Red TZ. So this is something that's to be expected. They're going to be swapping places here and there this early into the game. The same thing with the mid lane as well. When you have the Beastmaster and the Storm Spirit. Okay, but over here, we do have a bit of a fight going on. Gree, a little bit of trouble. Oh, Rob Boss showing up just in time to help his buddy, but out comes the roar to save his friend. Doc also just trying to find a way to get that kill, but couldn't. He is a level behind from Rob Boss, and Gree was able to get out in time. So they can go ahead and bleed a little bit more. Oh, and they even have a stack. That's great for Rob Boss. So the faster he gets to the Orchid, the better it is for him when he's going to go ahead and infiltrate those backlines. So it's super important for him to do that. All right, he is getting smacked a bit. Needs to go ahead and try to find a way to, you know, manage that a bit more. So you can't be out of lane for too long because, you know, the Beastmaster, he can push a lane hard. Over in the top lane, we're going to get a simple rotation from Gree. They're going to go ahead and invite Antivirus and Mercury under the tower. It depends on how they're going to set this up. If they're going to go ahead and use DDX as bait, out comes the Bloodright, out comes the Nature's Grasp, in comes the Timber Chain from Antivirus is going to throw out the Whirling Death. Gree showing up just in time to see if they can catch Mercury. Can they find him? They have eyes on him. Can they get the damn Split Earth on him is the question. Oh, out comes the Bloodright. Can they get it? Nope, not yet. They're trying to get Mercury. And then in the backline, we got poor Naya and Antivirus having a fight. Oh, they're able to go ahead and get Mercury. Oh, no. And Naya's like, hey, I need a little bit of help. Out comes the Split Earth. They're going to throw down the Bloodright. Antivirus is in a bit of trouble. That Thirst is so helpful for DDX. Out comes the damn Axes just in time from Doc Awesome with a great TP rotation. And Naya's left all alone thinking to himself, oh, no. I'm all alone again. Can't protect anything if they die.
Thanks, guys. Thanks a lot.
You know, damn it, RTZ lines. So as we can see so far, we see a little bit of damage on the tower there, like I mentioned, and a good amount of tower damage here as well. So Rob Boss really focused on trying to make sure that he can go ahead and control this mid lane, try to keep Doc Awesome from farming too much. He's not that far from the Aghanim Scepters, about 2,500 away. He does have the Vitality Booster, not Vitality Booster, Point Booster on the Courier if I'm not mistaken. There it is. Oh. Interesting. Okay. They do have eyes on this if I'm not mistaken on the Rob Boss. Yep. There is Icarus pointing it out, pinging it, saying, hey, check this out. The guy's making a rotation now. Trying to see if they can find Red TZ. Red TZ using the shovel. You know. Oh, no, that's not a good thing. Bloodseeker dying is not what you need. You got Antivirus throwing out the damn Chakram. Naya has to be careful here. He's going to go ahead and just TP himself in a different area of the map. Very much his base. I don't know if that was necessary, but it was a good choice for him to do that. Red TZ and Icarus trying to go ahead and take advantage of this Gyrocopter's ability to farm and flash farm, just like the Storm Spirit. So the Gyrocopter can hit his timing relatively fast, like right about now. No, I wouldn't say now, but like this is the time for him to accelerate and farm. So if you invested the first a couple of minutes of the game to go ahead and get those stacks going for him like you should, then it's going to be great. Not only that, Welshi and Gree were able to go ahead and take the bottom tier 1 tower. They're putting a lot of... Oh no. That is very bad. That is not good. This is not what you want to see. Red TZ showing up with Doc Awesome in the mid and just killing you. Oh, and on top of that, a double damage rune? Yikes. This is not looking good for Pot of Greed. You are down 7-1. Your team fight's okay. Out comes this Leech Seed. They're going to go ahead and Blood Right. Antivirus has been in trouble. They missed the Split Earth. They have him right there. Can they take advantage of it is the question. It doesn't look like they can. You know, Icarus TP'd in just at the right moment.
Let's push.
That's not what you want, dude. Like, you want to keep jungling. You want to keep jungling and let your teammates push, okay? Because they can do that really easy, okay? That roar and the boars and everything can really, really put a damper into Rob Boss's day, especially with the axes. Oh no. And you lose Gree. Out comes Naya going, I need to run away. There's no trees to save me. I'm going to be dead. I'm going to throw out one spell just in case. But hey. Oh. Not only that, the Rubik stole your spells. Try to use the Pit of Malice. Try to keep the antivirus in place. Isn't going to be helpful too much against them. But here comes the Storm Spirit. Just jumping on in. The Mortimer Kiss is coming out. Doc Awesome with the rotation. Great roar. They're trying to finish off Welshi right here, who's fairly tanky. But he needs to go ahead and use his Hood of Defiance a little bit earlier. But I don't think he could have because it was on cooldown for a bit. Oh man, if you're fall damage right now, you must be feeling it because everything's going your way. All the rotations have been perfectly timed. You're stealing farm from Gree. You're the big nasty Timbersaw trying to create space, which you are for your gyrocopter. If you're Red TZ, you'd be really happy right now, being like, hey, I can probably make an SNY and get away with it this game. He even made a Ring of Basilius here. That's even crazier. For a team that shouldn't be pushing, that shouldn't be capable, I wouldn't say capable, but like shouldn't be pushing too hard, they are doing a fantastic job taking towers and finding ways of getting rid of the heroes they need to get rid of to make it possible. So this is really important.
Radiant's bottom tower is in danger.
You know, like you have a Timbersaw that's really annoying. Lestrak is going to go ahead and make a Glimmer Cape. That's really understandable. It's super effective against a lot of these heroes. You know, they're going to smoke up and get the Bloodseeker going. They're going to go ahead and break the smoke. They found the Doc Awesome. They're going to go ahead and roar onto Naya. Naya needs the living armor to survive just a little bit, but doesn't need to go ahead and cast it, but does it anyways. Red TZ showing up, saying if he can go ahead and catch Naya off guard. Ooh.
Radiant should look to their middle tower.
So they found a really big juicy kill in the Beastmaster. You know, Doc Awesome being the primary target there. So, it's interesting to see. If we go over in the top lane, though, Welshi taking on the silenced Timbersaw, who got caught by the Pit of Malice and is able to be taken down by Rob Boss. Oh, man, Welshi and Rob Boss being super happy they were able to grab that kill. Oh, they're trying to take advantage of this. They're pushing hard. Rob Boss, you know, probably super ecstatic about that kill as well with Welshi. They're like, hey, all this time and investment, the mech, the Hood of Defiance, this is great. They got Doc Awesome right there, throwing out some axes, forcing the Dark Rift onto Welshi. Man, when you have to deal with axes with with relatively no cooldown, you know, that's just nasty. If those axes still stack damage, it would have been way worse. So you need to get out of there. So the next item I believe Doc should be making, other than Boots of Travel, after he's done with that, he needs to decide between a BKB and I believe the Kaya and Sanj. Now, if he was decided between those two items, I think BKB is going to be the one that he needs the most. Oh, very little mana left onto Raw Boss. He's stunned up a bit. They need to protect him. The mech is put in place. The Timbersaw is trying to come on in. The Mortimer Kiss is trying to catch Raw Boss, but he's going to go ahead and zip away. Oh, the Rubik is going down in the bottom lane, though. They're trying to see if they can catch up Raw Boss over here. They know he's going to be on the right-hand side. They see the Ancient stack. They got to zip out and get out of there and sacrifice that. And Red Tease is like, hey, give me this stack, Doc. I need the gold. Oh, man. If you're Doc, I would have tried to convince them, hey man, I need a BKB. I need to frontline this. If I can frontline this and run at him with a BKB, everything's good. You can go ahead and farm on our side of the map, you know, because like all the eggs are in the basket of the gyrocopter right now. Gyrocopter about 1,500 away from his Aghanim Scepter, which is gonna be great. But oh my gosh, they're able to find the Timbersaw. What? The one hero's not supposed to be dying gets killed. Oh no, and that's even worse. Oh no, Rob Boss must not be feeling happy right now. Oh no, they stole the Firestorm and they're throwing out axes left and right. This hood's gonna do a bit of work here, but you kind of have to tell yourself if you're Underlord, pipe. I think I had to get one, which he's looking at one. But at the same time, I'm like, maybe if you go Eternal Shroud to go ahead and, you know, you can go ahead and start spamming the living crap out of your spells to go ahead and try to counteract that Firestorm. Not the Firestorm, but the axes from Beastmaster. Like, look how fast you farm as soon as you get, you know, as soon as you get that Aghanim Scepter. You just turn into a farming machine who's going to be able to be like, I'm going to go just run at you guys with my axes. Oh, they have very little map control, Pot of Greed. They need to figure out a way to do something here. Like, I don't know what they need. Like, DDX has SNY on check right now, which is understandable. You know, at the same time, maybe a BKB might be worth it, even though the Roar will go through it. You know, but Roar can only do one target at a time, and BKB, you just run on in after the Roar is used. I don't know. I think that feels more of the play there. Because, like, you don't want the Mortimer Kisses to bother you. You don't want Rubik on top of you. And Rob Boss right now just seems to be easy pickings right now. That Roar and any sort of backup just absolutely will get you killed. So you got to look at it from this point of view. If you're Rob Boss, it's all about helping your teammates pick off heroes at this point, because that's what you need to do. All right, they're gonna go ahead and commit the Dark Rift here. They're gonna grab everybody on out. So that way Naya is gonna be the lone wolf here. It's like, hey, guys. Right? They're gonna be running everyone at this bottom lane here. But they're going to go ahead and also invest in seeing if they can go ahead and get a good team fight going. If they can do it, you know, they're one hero down, 5 versus 4. Oh, they caught out Naya, who's going to go ahead and use the Overgrowth to zip on in, in order to use the Orchid. Out comes not the missile command, but man, they're tearing up fall damage right now. And my god, this Bloodseeker is absolutely destroying the team. And oh my god, Antivire's like, nope, I'm running away. I don't want to deal with this. And that Gyrocopter got caught out in the bad spot. You know, the Bloodrite did its thing. All that damage happening all at once. Quickly eliminating any hopes for fall damage to do anything. They moved up a little bit too much without their Timbersaw, and Timbersaw was like, oh my god, everybody died. You know, and see, that's what you need to do if you're Pot of Greed. You need to find those small little tiny openings in these team fights to go ahead and take advantage of it. You're down a few ults, you know, you can't let the Rubik steal spells from you, especially if it's a Firestorm, because it's going to counter your pushing action from Welshi. And not only that, this is huge. 19 minutes into the game and you're able to get a outpost. That is freaking huge, because these things give out experience points every minute rather than every 5, and they're incremental. Okay, so if you're the Radiant side, you really, really want to go ahead and get this back as soon as you possibly can, especially at the 20-minute mark, because that's like a lot of experience that you don't want to give away to Pot of Greed. You know, you need to challenge that. You need to have somebody rotating inside the jungle, always trying to get this, you know. Ideally, that's going to be antivirus, but I don't know what to say here other than, like, he needs to be the buffer too, because, like, once you start pushing with both Welshi and Gree, out comes the Blood Right. They're going to go ahead and throw down the Pit of Malice, who catches Icarus. But man, these axes aren't being thrown. It doesn't feel like they want to commit because they're down a person, because the person that they are down is the gyrocopter who's up top farming in the jungle. You know, these are the things that you kind of sort of have to keep in your mind when you're playing as a team. Is like Gree and on Leshrac with Welshi on Underlord. They will take any tower they want. You know, they gave up a lot of experience points, so they're going to go ahead and try to get that back. This is fine if you are in Pot of Greed. The first minute, not so bad. The second minute, you kind of want that one back. Once you get to the third, fourth, and fifth minute, that's where you really want to go ahead and invest into it. Okay. So if we go ahead and take a look over on the top lane. Okay. We have a bit of a smoke action going on. They see Retizi. They're going to immediately jump on top of him. Mercury's right there to try to save him. Mortimer's kisses are coming out. But will Retizi live? And he's barely living. And he goes down finally.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Oh man, they invested a lot on that. They lost the Bloodseeker. They lost the Leshrac and Gree. Oh, I don't know if that's a good thing. I mean, like, those Mortimer kisses was tearing up the back line a bit. I don't know. Like, as much as I want to say this is good for the Bloodseeker to be on, like, running into the back line and getting on top of somebody, it's not good if you can't get your target and get out. Your smoking target was there in front of you. You get rid of them, and then everybody evacuates. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. That's all you had to do. But anyways, so they're going to go ahead and take advantage of this, try to move on forward, get that tier 2 tower going. You know, it's going to be going down. This is a good challenge for you. You know, call down's still available, even though you used it. That's a great thing about being like gyrocopter. Your call down's really, really low, like with the cooldown, you know. And you can just commit it and just throw it out and see what happens. And it was great for them to do that. You know, Antivirus is trying to go ahead and challenge, you know, Welshi. The smoke is out. Retizi's coming in, throwing down the call down. See if they can go ahead and get Antivirus here. They're going to go ahead and commit the rupture. He's going to yield himself up just a bit. Oh, and in comes Rob Boss zipping on in and then out. And oh my gosh, Antivirus killed himself with that timber saw chain. Oh no. Naya throwing out the leech seed to go ahead and slow down Icarus. They're going to be committing, and there comes a zip on in. And they got a second hero in this. A little bit of an overcommitment from the side of fall damage. The most important thing is that they keep Retizi alive. He needs to go ahead and get his BKB online as soon as he possibly can. You know, his little detour on certain items and getting killed was not helpful for his team or for himself, and this is exactly what they want to avoid. Rob Boss infiltrating the back line and just zipping back on out was great for him because he diverted a lot of attention from the rest of his teammates, you know. So that way, like, what's his face? Doc Awesome can be like, hey, who do I initiate on? You know, he's like looking back and forth. Really wanted to do something about it, but was unable to do anything about it. You know, he was kind of like, you know, like stuck in one place and kept thinking maybe I can get a second one. You know, Rob Boss, ooh, he missed his opportunity to go ahead and jump on top of that timber saw and see what it can do. You know, as soon as he orchided him, he can just drop down a few remnants and just start whacking away a little bit. Oh, doesn't feel like he is going to miss his opportunity just yet. They have him silenced up. He's going to use himself. They're committing the Dark Rift on this. They have him stuck right there. Out comes the Pit of Malice. They're throwing the blood right down. Out comes the Timber Chain. No rupture needed just yet. Oh, they're going to go ahead and commit it anyways. Can they go ahead and finish the job onto Antivirus? And they will able to go ahead and get the kill right there. Really, really annoying. Oh my gosh, Rob Boss must be a little ticked off because that Pit of Malice was stolen from the Rubik. So you got one, you know. Oh, there's the Pit of Malice. Out comes the Overgrowth. There's the Nature's Grasp to go ahead and grab onto Welshie. Man, that rocket's coming in. That Fire Snap cookie is available. Can they go ahead and get the stun on it? Yes, he's able to go ahead. They're going to go ahead and commit the Pit of Malice and everything onto Welshie. Oh no. You know, these kills that you are exchanging back and forth slowly, it kind of feels like it's not helping, but it kind of sort of is. You know, Naya's doing his thing, being super annoying against Doc Oz and Icarus and Mercury. They're throwing out axes to get rid of these damn trees. You know, remember there's a big change with the trees now. Instead of being respawning every 5 minutes, and it's now every 3. Oof. All right, they're gonna go ahead and try to get this Roshan. You know, Grease right there. He does have his shards right there. All right, it kind of feels like they want to challenge this. Out comes the Blood Right. Can they get something out of it is the question. All right, the Aegis is going to be on this silenced gyrocopter, but he's going to go ahead and try to keep himself from getting killed. You know. Welshie's over here in the top lane. Oh, he's going to go ahead and make himself even beefier a bit and getting the Lotus Orb. Oh, do they have eyes on Red Teasy is the question. I don't think they do. So they're going to go ahead and try to like tear up at this map a bit. The BKB is out for RTZ. It has full 9 charges. Welshie is just... Ooh, he almost got clipped by that. Oh, man. Very, very fortunate. And, oh my gosh, Icarus looking for Welshie. He's like, I really want this. Oh, they're going to go ahead and use the Courier. And they're like, wait, what? Yeah, Bit of Malice. Going to go ahead and Dark Rift on out. They even commit the Mortimer Kisses and unable to get him. Man, that Pit of Malice is nasty. So much so that Naya is having fun split pushing. You know, this is what kind of the thing that you need to do if you're a treant. Just throw out your really annoying spells in your Nature's Grasp, you know, and then keep healing everything that's that you can heal. You know, like that top tower can get healed, that middle tower can get healed. You can definitely heal this first tower as well. You know, go ahead and throw out that Nature's Grasp one more time. Where you're gonna heal it. You know, that's something you gotta keep in mind when you're Naya. Something that's super annoying when you're a treant because you need mana to go ahead and keep using spells when your team's needing to be aggressive and needing to push out this lane. Not only that, you know, this is helping them. Keeping this outpost is helping them. You have a place to TP. Not only that, you can go ahead and bait this out or this reaction so you know which heroes are on the map and where they're coming from and so forth. Naya can go ahead and gauge it. They're saying that Naya's over here still in the tree line. They're going to be hunting Naya relatively soon. So it's kind of feeling like, hey, Naya needs to get the hell on out of this situation. Because look, they have 3 down. They're throwing out the damn bird. Rubik's over here. Mercury's like, hey man, we're gonna commit everything here. How many heroes? That's 5 heroes on the bottom lane. That's how how committed they are for him. So much so that he TP's on out and just in time before they even get near him. And that whole entire time, this first tier tower could have been at full health. And right now, Red TZ must be feeling super happy. He's like, hey, almost there to my S and Y. I have my Yasha. I can go ahead and deal some damage right now, which he can. So they're going to go ahead and try to axe away all these stupid trees. Now it's going to be throwing out some wards. They do have vision up there. They're like, uh-oh. They're going to get rid of it ASAP. All right, over in the top lane, we do have Raw Boss over there. Well, she's really low on mana. They're going to go ahead and use the Glimmer Cape. Almost missed it. Out comes the Overgrowth. Do they have more follow-up is the question. They're throwing down a lot of Split Earths. The Fire Snap Cookie throwing on it. The BKB is right there in time. And then the Great Yules, but they're going to claim the Aegis onto the Gyrocopter anyways. Throwing out that Chakram to see what they can do. All right, but it feels like they're cutting waves right here with DDX, who's going to also take back the outpost. Again, super annoying. While all of this is happening, Rob Boss is up top going, hey, I have a Lincoln Sphere. Come on. I'm going to go ahead and do this and be super annoying. We're going to trade 1 tier 2 for yours, and we're going to cut your lane. So your push is dead. Your push is moited. So they lost the Aegis. They got a tier 2. Their push is dead because it got cut. I think twice. You lost your outpost, and now it's all about trying to figure out a way to go ahead and see what control of the map you can get back from that. You killed 2 heroes, but you lost the Aegis. And you invested so much on that push. You know, you put an Observer Ward there and a Sentry on the follow-up. I don't know how much longer that's going to be, like, something that's going to be worth invested into, given how much this lane's being pushed in and out from Naya and everybody else. It almost feels like it's a dead ward at this point. Not only that, the Sanj is almost completed for the Kaya and Sanj for Rob Boss, which makes him tankier as well. So you can just jump on anybody at this point with a regen rune. And they're smoked up. They have it broke. They're trying to figure out who's where. They're throwing out one. They found Mercury. They're going to go ahead and jump on in on him. He's using his Glimmer Cape, but he's moited. Oh, man. Rob Boss is still looking, maybe. He's going to actually not look. He wants a damn gold. That's what he wanted. So with one down, they're going to be fighting 4v5. This is the problem when you're dealing against Gree as a Listrak and a Welshi on Underlord. All you can do is do long-range attacks and bombard him with Mortimer Kisses and see if you can slow down the push. But, dude, when you have shards on Split Earth, it is the most annoying thing in the world to deal with. You know, they're going to be throwing it out left and right. This is something you cannot ignore. Your towers are being contested hard, and it's going down, and you can't do much when you're a guy down. Oh, they're going to... Oh, where's the Dark Rift going to is the question. Oh, and they almost got him. The roar was there, and he had a Blink Dagger. Poor Doc Oz. But he's going to go ahead and TP on bottom and push that lane. So he's like, you know what? They TP'd on out. I'm going to go ahead and go on the opposite end of the map here, or at least guess where they're headed and contest it. Because of that, well, she's like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and take care of this push right here, which is a great counter push move. You'll go ahead and put one of your supports, the least, I wouldn't say the least important, but the one with the least net worth in the middle, right? Have him push out a little bit, you know, give some backup to DDX. DDX has a BKB. He's looking for that Scotty, which is really nice for him to have. Maybe down the line, probably a little bit more damage and getting the Skull Basher into an Abyssal Blade after the IS Scotty. I think that might be a really good play. Huh. Is there a gem? No, there's no gem on Walshy. I guess the bird was revealed from the tower because of the range on the tier 2 towers. So the really neat thing about tier 2 towers is that this red mark is more along the lines of like attack, like where it can attack to, because the vision actually extends out a couple units away from the tower. So if you're going to throw a hawk, don't throw it near the red line, throw it outside of the red line. You know, somewhere around that area. You got to keep that in mind. I really thought they were going to go ahead and like try to move forward on this. You know, Naya's doing his thing, man. This is what you need to do when you're Naya. That Blink Dagger is going to be super helpful against this team, especially when you have a little bit of eyes. You know, I think Pot of Greed is doing the best that they can and doing absolutely amazing plays on the map. And this is something that Beast Coast did a lot in their early days, is that when you're on the back foot and you're losing, you more or less split the map as best as you can and let like your cores farm. So you have one core in each lane, tearing it up, just pushing the sides, using the trees as a buffer, as like an extra tank of sorts to go ahead and be like, okay, this is what I need. You know, they're not exposing themselves in the lane for too long, and they push as far as they feel comfortable while staying in the tree line, being hidden and TPing on out, or moving back and farm on the way out, which is great. And whenever they're rotating out of the lane, they try to rotate everybody else with them. And oh, what a great smoke coming out. Here's the roar. I believe that is the 9. So the 8 is there. The Blood Rupture is going to be used here. They're trying to kill Red Teasy. Red Teasy coming on in with the overgrowth. Robboss is there in the back line. The Dark Rift is being used and was able to go ahead and save himself. Great job from Welshie. Oh man, these zips are coming on through, and DDX having to buy back and coming on through. Seeing if he can be helpful here. They have him silenced up. Antivirus is right there. Everyone's relatively low. The Pit of Malice with the Firestorm landing on everybody. Can they go ahead and finish the job is the question, because on the back line, they found a Beastmaster who found the Storm Spirit. But, oh, DDX gonna go ahead and try to kill this Snapfire. And he's going to be kited around, but it's not going to be too helpful given that the Pit of Malice landed. He's going to use the Satanic to heal up a bit. Oh man, this Welsh, he's trying his best to survive, but he's going to be going down. Gree landing his Split Earth, but man, DDX has to bail out. I don't know about that move. Uh-oh. And they found Naya. They're going to use the dust. They're trying to find him in the trees. He needs to blink away, which he did once. Can he do it again? It's down for 10 seconds. Oh, Antivirus using the Yules. He has him up in the air. They're going to land a Split Earth on top of him. All right. And he's going to be taken out. Ooh. Fall damage. Working together. Buyback from Naya. They have 2 more available. They don't want to lose this tower for free just yet. They're glyphing. They're protecting it. They're trying everything they possibly can to make sure they don't lose it. Because once they lose this Rax or tower, it is going to be very, very difficult for them to come back. They need to be annoying. They need to be a nuisance. They need to find what they can and get rid of whatever's on the map. And right now this gyrocopter is huge. They needed to put all their eggs into this basket, and so far it is working out beautifully right now. The Satanic was so good in the last round. Not only that, this is the second Roshan who's going to be dropping the Aghanim Shard the only time he drops it, which means his Aghanim Shard is going to have a rocket barrage with an extra second duration, and everybody's showing up at the right moment. Out comes the call down. They have a lot of people stuck in one place. BKB being used, the telekinesis lifting up his buddy, but Doc Oz is just right there, who's gonna roar at the last second and goes down anyways. Oh, the Aegis is claimed onto the gyrocopter, but everybody's over there in the back line to go ahead and try to get rid of him. He has his BKB. In comes the zip. They're gonna buy back on Gree. Oh no! Rob Boss is going to be taken out of this fight. And down goes Welshie. Welshie does have a buyback. He can go ahead and use it and help out the rest of his teammates if it's need be. But Naya, oh man, they committed a lot for that defense. Gree's trying to run away right now. They're using a lot. Okay, Welshie's buying back for this defense. All right, 80 seconds with no Beastmaster. They did claim the Aegis once, so this is a really risky play from Fall Damage if they commit to it. So it feels like they're not going to commit to it. It looks like around another 8 to 11 minutes until the next Roshan. But at the same time, that high ground defense from the side of Pot of Greed is something you cannot gawk at. It is really scary. And that BKB is still being built on Storm Spirit. He needs to find a way to get that. Oh no, Penta Edge Sword and the Leveler? Okay, that changes the Horn's situation a lot. You got the Leveler. You can go ahead and do bonus damage on buildings. Now your high ground defense, or should I say attack, is a lot easier at this point. You need to go ahead and more or less convince your teammates, dude, we can siege so much easier now. As long as you keep me alive, they all gonna lose their towers. The Leveler is gonna be good. Oh, so the Paladin Sword's on Bloodseekers. That's really nice. You have a lot of lifesteal, good amount of damage, and you got spell lifesteal as well. So if you can land like the perfect Bloodright, if you're initiated on, you can easily gain all your life back while you're whacking away. Just like right-clicking people down. So Underlord's almost there with his halberd. Does have a Lotus and Guardian Greaves. He's vested a lot of defensive items, which is really good for him. Really bad for fall damage. So they're splitting up the map as much as they possibly can. And right now, this Leveler is going to just eat on through right now. As you can see, so much damage coming on through. They're going to commit the Firestorm. Out comes the Lotus Orb. They got rid of 1 tier 3. Oh, they landed it once. Can they landed it twice? I don't think it's going to be able to happen with that split Earth. Out comes the Bloodright. They want to get rid of these damn catapults right now, because if they're sticking around, it's going to make the defense even more difficult. All right, there's the rocket, the blink on in, the telekinesis. They have this man lifted up. The Bloodright's right there. Can they kill him is the question, and they're able to do so. And he has a dieback. He's gone for 100 seconds. Naya's trying to figure out a way of what he can do. And this Timbersaw, the antivirus, is just kicking on through. He has the flamethrower in his axe. He's going to burn down these buildings with the Leveler until on the gyrocopter. It makes the defense even more difficult. They need to find a way to go ahead and prevent this push, and that the high ground defense is in full force at this point from Pot of Greed, and they need to do it now. They're going to lose a second row of racks right here, and they might get mega'd if they allow this to continue. They need a few more right clicks onto this melee barracks, and they can go ahead and get a second lane of super creeps. Oh boy, they're investing a lot. They're trying to slow down. They're trying to elongate this as much as they possibly can. 60 seconds, less than that. They're going to go ahead and commit the rupture. Out comes the Satanic. There's the Overgrowth. He's in the backline raw boss trying to do his best. He's lifted up that Lincoln Sphere isn't doing anything. And in comes the buyback one more time. And my God, it is so difficult to kill this gyrocopter. He is living through all of this. And 120 seconds, DDX is down. Raw boss still zipping on through. Gria's right there, but down he goes. There's only one left. 30 seconds until the next hero is up. And this looks like it's over for Pot of Greed. And Fall Damage has found a way to go ahead and break open this map for themselves. They're in full control. They're up 32. And down goes Raw Boss. They're calling GG right then and there. It is well played. And it goes to the side of, does this game have fall damage? A 2-0-0 series sweep from Fall Damage. And they're going to go ahead and continue on to the next round for the AD2L Season 31 Playoffs. And I believe Pot of Greed is knocked out as well. I think at least I think that's how it goes. I may be wrong on that. I have no clue. They haven't given me any updates on that, so. Ooh. Anyways, let me go ahead and throw up some music real quick.
Battle seeks resolution.
Battle seeks resolution? Oh my god. Yeah, it's already over, bud. Fall damage 1. That's what happened. Oh god, sometimes the announcer packs. So I do apologize about the power outage situation at game one, man. It did a number on my fuse box there. It was so electric it took it out twice. So I'm really happy that I was able to come on back and go ahead and cast the second game of the best of 3 series. It's a 2-0 victory for Does This Game Have Fall Damage? Pot of Greed was unable to take any games from them. Was really hoping for a full 3-game set and make it super exciting for everybody that's watching here and me casting it. You know, great job from both sides and from both teams. A super exciting series, even though it says 2-0. If you're looking for something to watch, this is something that you can go ahead and tell your friends to be like, hey, go watch this. It's lots of fun. It's silly and lots of fun. Let's see here. I believe that's going to be the end of my coverage for today. And just like I said in the beginning, I'll go ahead and say thank you to all the people who at the beginning of the stream or throughout the stream gave me a follow or the subs and everything. So oops. Let's knock that down a bit. All right. So if I'm not mistaken, all right, I think that is Lauren Glenn. Thank you for the follow. And then the next one is that one there. Oh, a sub. And again, thank you, Lauren Glenn, for the sub. It means a lot that you gave me a follow and a sub. That means a bit to me. Okay. And again, thank you everyone who was here to watch the games and everything. You know, you can go ahead and give me a quick follow on here on Twitch, or you can look me up on Twitter to see what I'm doing. It's going to be at Artifazel. You know, you can look for me there. Give me a quick follow on there as well, and I'll give you up-to-date information about when I'm going to be casting the next games and stuff like that. So with Pot of Greed being taken out, as far as I know, I'm going to be looking for more teams and more coverage for the upcoming weeks of AD2L Season 31, and I'm going to go ahead and talk to the other casters to figure out what's going to be happening for the playoffs and so forth. Okay, so keep an eye out on that, and I'll see you guys soon. I may or may not be back later tonight to do some more streaming, if not some late night casting for some high-end Dota, given that the major is right around the corner, and you know, it never hurts to check that stuff out on the high-end Dota portion of the community. I typically cover NA and SA when it comes to that kind of stuff with the pubs. Sometimes a little bit of CIS and Euro, but like, you know, that's whatever Dota 2 Pro Tracker gives me and stuff like that. But anyways, with the major rolling around right around the corner, we're going to have a lot of exciting content coming up in the next few days, and I believe WePlay will be providing excellent coverage for that. So give those guys a follow on Twitter as well to be up to date with the major tournament that's going to be happening really, really soon. So go ahead and check that out. Until then, everybody, I'll see you guys soon. Have a good morning, good afternoon, and a good evening, wherever you may be. This is Artifazel. I'm signing out. I'll see you guys soon. Stay safe, and for the love of God, wear your masks.